Thank you for joining me today. My name is Allison. I am a senior currently at the University of Arizona studying molecular and cellular biology, and I am a member of the Mindful Ambassadors. We are a student organization out of counseling and psych services at Campus Health, and our mission is to spread awareness of mindfulness and mindful practice to University of Arizona students and faculty. Part of what I'm going to be doing today is speaking to you both a little bit about the benefits of mindfulness and then leading you through an exercise that I personally am a pretty big fan of. Before we begin, I just want to talk a little bit about mindfulness in general. It is a practice. It's not something that you master at the first time you try. It's a constantly evolving practice, just in the same way that you don't go to the gym once and expect a six-pack. You wouldn't expect yourself to try meditation once and feel perfectly relaxed afterwards. And even people who meditate regularly still deal with feelings of anxiety and worry, but studies have shown that people who do meditate regularly tend to deal with that anxiety a little bit better, even though they still feel it. So especially at times like this, when a lot of us can feel maybe more pressure than we're used to, mindful practice can be a really wonderful way to build self-care into your day. But with that being said, it's an evolving process and there's lots of different exercises out there. So I'd really like to recommend that you try a few of them and see what works best for you on which days. With that in mind, I also want to mention that there are some other services that the University of Arizona has for students right now. Counseling and psych services is still very much so active. They are doing a lot of their meetings on Zoom now, so if you feel like you want to talk to anybody, they still have the same-day triage services. All you have to do is call them, let them know that you would like to speak to a counselor, and they're doing their best to set up same-day Zoom services for all of their students. All of Campus Health does request that for right now you call before coming in. If you do need an in-person meeting, they're still doing those, but only if you call and speak with desk staff in advance for that. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. This is called a focused breathing exercise. A lot of studies have shown that intentionally noticing the way that we breathe has a very active effect on our nervous system and can bring significant feelings of relaxation. So go ahead and you can either do this exercise seated or laying down, but get yourself into a comfortable position that you can see yourself spending the next few minutes in. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes and take a moment to just notice your body. To notice what it feels like to be alive in this moment. And if at any point you start noticing your mind wandering, just bring it back gently to your body and to your breath. Now, without trying to change it, bring your attention to your breath. Focus on your stomach. Notice how it moves in and out with each breath. Imagine your stomach as a balloon, filling up with each breath and gently deflating with the next. Now, notice your breath as it enters your chest, noticing how your ribs gently expand and contract with each breath. Not trying to change it, just noticing. Again, if your mind begins to wander, just bring it back ever so gently to your breath. Now, notice your breath as it moves through your throat, that refreshing flow in through your nostrils, down your throat, into your lungs. Maybe you notice your breath more in the back of your throat, maybe more in the middle. Now, notice your breath moving soundlessly through your nostrils. Imagine each breath flowing up to that point and then emanating from there as you exhale. Let your mind and your body be relaxed and loose. And if your mind begins to wander, just bring it back ever so gently to that point between your eyebrows. Now, take a moment to pause and feel the effects of what you have done. Knowing that we can return to this state of relaxed awareness at any time, begin to return your attention to your surroundings. Maybe by first wiggling your toes or your fingers, getting a nice stretch, when you're ready, gently opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me for that. When doing this exercise, feel free to either lengthen the pauses between moving to each part of the body or shorten them. Just gauge it depending on what you think you need for the day. Again, just a reminder, counseling and psych services and campus health are still very much so open and meeting the needs of students. Counseling and psych services is also doing a daily drop-in meditation every weekday in the mornings. So I will have a link to that in the description. You can also find it under the counseling and psych services webpage under group classes. I hope all of you and your families are doing well during these difficult times. If any of you are having any trouble, please do reach out to either CAPS or the Dean of Student Services to get you the help that you need.